Have you ever felt like your life is moving slower than everyone else's? Like opportunities arrive later for you, while others seem to move ahead effortlessly? Maybe you've watched friends, classmates, or co-workers reach milestones that seem just out of your reach. Maybe you've wondered why your path appears longer, more uncertain, or filled with unexpected obstacles. At times, it can feel as if the world is moving forward while you remain in the same place, waiting for something to finally change. Perhaps you've experienced repeated setbacks, long periods of waiting, or the uncomfortable feeling that something invisible is holding you back from your true path. You try to move forward, yet things don't unfold as quickly as you hoped. Doors close before you can step through them. Plans fall apart just when they seem ready to work. And during those quiet moments when you reflect on your life, you may find yourself asking a difficult question. Why does everything take so long for me? For many people, these moments of delay can feel discouraging. Society constantly reminds us that success should happen quickly. We see stories of overnight achievements, young millionaires, and rapid breakthroughs that seem to happen effortlessly for others. When we compare our journey to those examples, it's easy to believe that something must be wrong with our own timeline. But what if the delay isn't a punishment? What if it's preparation? Throughout history and across many belief systems, there is a recurring idea that those who are meant for something greater often experience longer seasons of waiting. Their journeys rarely follow a straight or predictable path. Instead, they move through periods of uncertainty, personal growth, and unexpected challenges that slowly shape who they become. Destiny does not always move quickly for the chosen ones. In fact, it often moves slowly and deliberately. While it may appear that nothing is happening on the surface, deeper changes are taking place beneath the timeline of everyday life. Experiences accumulate, character develops, perspective expands. These quiet processes may not be visible to others, but they play a crucial role in preparing someone for the responsibilities that lie ahead. Sometimes destiny slows everything down, because the person walking that path must develop qualities that cannot be rushed. Strength, patience, emotional resilience, and wisdom rarely appear overnight. They are forged through time, reflection, and experience. The delays you face today may actually be shaping abilities that will become essential later in your life. Think about it this way. When something important is being built, the foundation must come first. The stronger the structure that will eventually rise, the deeper and more stable the foundation must be. The same principle often applies to people whose lives are meant to carry a larger purpose. Their preparation tends to take longer because what they are being prepared for requires greater stability, clarity, and inner strength. So if you've ever felt like your path is slower than everyone else's, you are not alone. Many people who eventually discover their purpose first walk through seasons that feel confusing, quiet, or delayed. Those periods are not empty. They are part of a process that shapes identity and strengthens resolve. In this video, we're going to explore why destiny sometimes delays the chosen ones and how those delays may actually be preparing you for something far greater than you can currently see. The experiences that once felt like obstacles may turn out to be the very moments that prepared you for your future. And if this message resonates with you, take a moment to support the channel by liking this video, sharing it with someone who might need to hear it, and subscribing for more content that explores purpose, growth, and the deeper meaning behind life's journey. One of the most common experiences reported by people who believe they are on a unique path in life is a deep sense of isolation. At different stages of their journey, they often feel different from the people around them. This feeling does not always come from arrogance or the belief that they are superior to others. Instead, it comes from a quiet awareness that their thoughts, priorities, or perspective on life do not fully align with the environment surrounding them. For many individuals, this sense of difference begins early. They may notice that they question things others accept without hesitation. They may be more reflective, more observant, or more sensitive to the emotional and psychological dynamics around them. While others seem comfortable following familiar routines or social expectations, they may feel an internal pull toward deeper questions about purpose, identity, and meaning. As a result, they may find it difficult to fully connect with the social structures that many people rely on for belonging. Conversations may feel superficial, certain lifestyles may appear empty or repetitive, Social environments that satisfy others may leave them feeling strangely disconnected. Over time, this experience can lead to periods of solitude that feel both confusing and unavoidable. At first, isolation can feel uncomfortable. Human beings are naturally social creatures, and most people instinctively seek connection, acceptance, and validation from others. When someone feels misunderstood or out of place, it can create a quiet tension inside them. They may wonder whether something is wrong with them, or whether they are simply failing to adapt to the world around them. However, what initially appears to be loneliness may actually serve a deeper purpose. Periods of isolation often become powerful environments for internal development. When external noise becomes quieter, individuals are forced to spend more time with their own thoughts. They begin to examine their beliefs more closely. They question the motivations behind their actions. They reflect on the experiences that shape their identity. This process can be uncomfortable at first because it requires honesty. Without the distractions of constant social activity, people begin to confront fears, insecurities, and unresolved emotions that might otherwise remain hidden. Yet this confrontation also creates an opportunity for growth. Instead of avoiding difficult questions, they begin to explore them. During these quieter periods of life, independence often develops naturally. When someone cannot rely on the constant approval or guidance of others, they must learn to trust their own judgment. Decisions become more personal. Values become more clearly defined. Rather than adopting beliefs simply because they are popular or socially accepted, individuals begin to build their own understanding of the world. This independence becomes a powerful form of strength. People who learn to think for themselves are less easily influenced by pressure, trends, or expectations imposed by others. They become more grounded in their own principles. Over time, they develop the ability to remain steady even when external circumstances become uncertain. Isolation also strengthens emotional resilience. When someone spends time navigating life without constant support or reassurance, they gradually learn how to manage their own emotional states. They experience moments of doubt, frustration, and uncertainty, but they also discover that they can endure those moments without collapsing under them. Resilience grows quietly through repeated experience. Each time a person faces a challenge alone and survives it, their confidence deepens. They begin to realize that they are more capable than they once believed. Difficult situations that once seemed overwhelming become manageable because they have already passed through similar struggles before. In this way, solitude often acts as a training ground for inner stability. Instead of depending on the emotional reactions of others to guide their sense of worth, individuals learn to anchor their confidence internally. Their sense of identity becomes less dependent on approval and more rooted in self-understanding. Another important transformation that occurs during isolation is the development of self-awareness. In busy environments, it is easy to move through life without deeply examining personal motivations. People adopt roles, follow expectations, and respond to social pressures without pausing to ask why they behave the way they do. When someone spends extended time alone, that pattern begins to change. They become more attentive to their internal landscape. They notice the thoughts that appear in moments of silence. They observe how certain memories influence their reactions. They begin to identify which experiences shaped their fears and which moments strengthened their determination. This deeper awareness gradually clarifies personal values. Individuals begin to understand what truly matters to them and what does not. They recognize the difference between goals that are imposed by society and goals that genuinely align with their internal sense of purpose. As this clarity develops, direction slowly emerges. Instead of drifting through life guided only by external expectations, people begin to move with greater intention. They recognize the environments that support their growth and the situations that drain their energy. They become more selective about how they invest their time and attention. Isolation also cultivates observation. When individuals spend less time trying to conform to social dynamics, they often begin to watch those dynamics more carefully. They notice patterns in human behavior that were previously invisible to them. They recognize how people respond to power, insecurity, fear, and ambition. This observational ability can become a form of wisdom. By understanding how people think and behave, individuals develop empathy and insight. They learn to interpret situations more accurately. They become more aware of the emotional forces that shape relationships and decisions. These insights later become valuable when individuals step into roles that require leadership, influence, or guidance. The perspective gained during solitude allows them to understand people more deeply. They can recognize struggles in others because they have already explored similar struggles within themselves. In many ways, isolation acts like a forge where identity is shaped through pressure and reflection. The process is rarely comfortable, but it produces strength that cannot easily be acquired through constant external support. Just as metal becomes stronger when exposed to heat and stress, individuals often develop greater resilience when they pass through periods of solitude. It is important to understand that isolation does not necessarily mean permanent separation from others. Rather, it often represents a temporary stage in a larger journey. During this stage, individuals gather the psychological tools they will later need when they return to broader social environments. When the time comes to reconnect with the world, the person who once felt isolated may discover that they have changed significantly. Their thinking has become clearer, their emotional reactions are more controlled, their values are more firmly established. They are less dependent on external validation and more capable of navigating complex situations with calm awareness. What once felt like exclusion begins to reveal itself as preparation. In this sense, destiny may allow certain individuals to experience isolation not as a form of rejection, but as a deliberate opportunity for development. By stepping away from the noise of the crowd, they are given the space necessary to build an inner foundation strong enough to support the responsibilities that may eventually come their way. A person who has learned to stand alone is far less likely to be shaken by criticism, pressure, or temporary failure. Their confidence does not rely on applause. Their direction does not depend on constant reassurance. They carry a quiet stability that allows them to move forward even when circumstances become uncertain. For those who are currently experiencing seasons of solitude, this perspective can offer a different way of interpreting the journey. What feels like distance from others may actually be closeness to personal development. The silence that once felt uncomfortable may be the very environment where clarity and strength are quietly forming. Over time, the lessons learned in isolation become part of a deeper internal structure. They shape how individuals respond to challenges, how they relate to others, and how they pursue their goals. The foundation built during these quieter periods often becomes the reason they are able to handle greater opportunities later in life. In this way, destiny may separate the chosen ones from the crowd, not to weaken them, but to strengthen them. Isolation becomes a space where identity solidifies, resilience develops, and purpose begins to take clearer form. By the time they step back into the wider world, they are no longer searching for themselves. They are prepared to act with a sense of direction that cannot easily be shaken. Another reason destiny may delay the path of the chosen one is to cultivate patience and emotional maturity. In a world that often celebrates speed, immediate results, and rapid success, delays can feel like something has gone wrong. When goals take longer than expected, people may begin to question their direction, their abilities, or even their purpose. Yet for many individuals whose journeys are meant to carry deeper responsibility, time itself becomes an essential part of their preparation. When success arrives too quickly, it can sometimes create more problems than it solves. Opportunities that appear before someone is ready may bring pressure that they have not yet learned how to manage. Sudden recognition can attract expectations, criticism, and responsibility that require emotional stability and clarity of judgment. Without these qualities, early success can easily lead to poor decisions, exhaustion, or the loss of direction. This is why many meaningful paths unfold slowly. Time allows individuals to develop the discipline necessary to carry greater opportunities without being overwhelmed by them. The gradual pace forces people to refine their thinking, strengthen their habits, and learn from the experiences that shape their character. While others may appear to move ahead quickly, those who experience delays are often being given something more valuable than immediate progress. They are being given time to grow into the person capable of handling what lies ahead. Delays naturally expose individuals to disappointment, plans fail, opportunities disappear, and progress sometimes seems invisible. These moments can be frustrating because they challenge the expectations people have about how life should unfold. Yet within this frustration lies a powerful opportunity for growth. Each time someone faces disappointment and continues moving forward, their capacity for resilience expands. Over time, repeated encounters with uncertainty begin to change the way a person approaches life. Instead of expecting every effort to produce instant results, they begin to accept that progress often happens gradually. They learn to view obstacles not as permanent barriers, but as temporary conditions that require patience and persistence. This shift in perspective becomes a form of emotional strength because it reduces the fear that normally accompanies setbacks. Patience itself is not simply the ability to wait. It is the ability to remain steady and purposeful during periods when the outcome is not yet visible. Many people can remain calm when everything is going well, but true patience reveals itself when circumstances become uncertain. When someone continues to work toward their goals, even when progress appears slow, they develop a form of discipline that cannot be easily shaken. During these slower periods, individuals also begin to observe their emotional reactions more carefully. When expectations are not met, frustration often appears. When opportunities disappear, disappointment may follow. When the future becomes unclear, anxiety can begin to surface. Instead of avoiding these emotions, delays force individuals to confront them directly. This confrontation becomes an important step in developing emotional mastery. People begin to recognize how their thoughts influence their reactions. They learn that emotional responses, while natural, do not have to control their decisions. With practice, they develop the ability to pause before reacting, to analyze situations calmly, and to choose responses that align with their long-term goals. As emotional awareness grows, individuals become less reactive and more deliberate. Situations that once triggered impulsive decisions begin to feel more manageable. Instead of responding immediately to frustration or fear, they learn to step back and evaluate the situation with greater clarity. This shift allows them to make choices that are guided by reason rather than temporary emotion. Another important lesson that emerges during delayed periods is the value of persistence. When results take longer than expected, people must decide whether they truly believe in their path. Some may abandon their goals when progress slows, while others continue moving forward despite uncertainty. Those who persist through extended delays often discover that persistence itself becomes one of their greatest strengths. Persistence changes the relationship between effort and outcome. Instead of viewing effort as something that should produce immediate rewards, individuals begin to see effort as part of a longer process. Each step contributes to a gradual accumulation of experience, skill, and understanding. Even when visible results are absent, the process itself continues shaping the person who is walking the path. Over time, this persistence builds mental endurance. Individuals become comfortable with long-term effort. They develop the ability to remain committed even when the external world does not immediately recognize their progress. This endurance becomes extremely valuable when opportunities finally appear, because they have already learned how to sustain effort over extended periods. Delays also create space for reflection. When life moves too quickly, people rarely pause long enough to evaluate their decisions or their motivations. Rapid success can keep individuals constantly moving forward without examining whether their actions truly align with their values. Slower timelines, however, naturally introduce moments of reflection. During these reflective periods, individuals may reassess their goals, refine their strategies, and gain deeper understanding of what they truly want to achieve. This clarity prevents them from pursuing paths that are based solely on external expectations. Instead, their direction becomes more intentional and more closely connected to their personal sense of purpose. Emotional maturity also grows through repeated exposure to uncertainty. When individuals realize that uncertainty is a natural part of life, they begin to approach it with greater calm. Rather than interpreting uncertainty as a threat, they learn to view it as an environment where adaptation and creativity can emerge. This mindset allows them to remain flexible when circumstances change unexpectedly. Flexibility becomes another component of emotional mastery. People who have faced multiple delays often learn how to adjust their strategies without losing sight of their long-term vision. They recognize that the path toward meaningful achievement is rarely linear. Instead of resisting every change, they learn to navigate shifts in direction while maintaining their overall commitment. Gradually, these experiences shape a person's inner stability. Emotional reactions become more balanced, expectations become more realistic, the ability to handle pressure improves. Instead of being easily discouraged by temporary setbacks, individuals develop confidence in their capacity to adapt and continue moving forward. This internal transformation often goes unnoticed by others because it occurs quietly over time. From the outside, it may appear that someone is simply waiting for opportunities that have not yet arrived. Yet internally, the person is undergoing a process of development that prepares them for future challenges. By the time opportunities eventually appear, the individual who once struggled with delays may find that they are now equipped with qualities that many others lack. They possess patience that prevents them from making reckless decisions. They carry emotional control that allows them to remain calm under pressure. They have developed persistence that enables them to continue working even when circumstances become difficult. These qualities become the foundation for sustainable success. While rapid achievements may fade when challenges appear, success built upon patience and emotional mastery tends to endure. Individuals who have been trained by delays understand how to navigate obstacles without losing direction. In this sense, what once appeared to be wasted time begins to reveal its purpose. The months or years that seemed unproductive were actually shaping the mindset required to handle greater responsibilities. Each delay contributed to a gradual strengthening of character. The chosen ones are often being trained during these delayed periods. The training may not look dramatic or obvious, but it is deeply effective. Every challenge, every unanswered question, and every moment of uncertainty becomes part of the preparation process. The individual learns lessons that cannot be taught through theory alone. Eventually, when circumstances begin to shift and opportunities start to appear, the person who once wondered why life felt slow may begin to understand the reason. The delays provided the time necessary for growth. They created the environment where patience, resilience, and emotional wisdom could develop. In other words, the delay is not the end of the journey, it is a stage within it. What appears to be a pause may actually be a period of silent construction, where the internal structure required for future success is being carefully built. When viewed from this perspective, delays take on a different meaning. They are no longer simply obstacles standing in the way of progress. Instead, they become essential elements of the training process, shaping individuals into people who are capable of carrying their purpose with clarity, strength, and emotional balance. There is a pattern that appears repeatedly across history, literature, and personal stories of transformation. Individuals who eventually carry significant responsibility rarely arrive at that role quickly. Their paths are often longer, more complex, and filled with periods of preparation that may seem confusing while they are happening. From the outside, these years may look like delay or even stagnation. Yet, when viewed from a broader perspective, they often represent a stage where deeper capabilities are quietly forming. When people are destined to influence others, lead communities, or create meaningful change, they must develop qualities that go far beyond basic talent or ambition. Leadership, wisdom, and resilience are not traits that appear instantly. They are built gradually through experience. Each challenge encountered along the way contributes something essential to the individual's understanding of life, people, and responsibility. Before someone can guide others effectively, they must first understand struggle. Without experiencing difficulty personally, it becomes almost impossible to empathize with the hardships that others face. Empathy does not emerge from theory or instruction alone. It develops through lived experience, through moments when a person feels uncertainty, disappointment, or the weight of difficult choices. These experiences allow individuals to see the world from multiple perspectives. They begin to recognize that people's decisions are often shaped by circumstances that are not immediately visible. They learn that behind many actions lie fears, pressures, and internal conflicts that influence behavior. This understanding creates a deeper sense of compassion, which becomes essential for anyone whose role eventually involves guiding or influencing others. Challenges also teach humility. When someone passes through periods of difficulty, they are reminded that progress is rarely guaranteed. Effort does not always produce immediate results. Intelligence alone does not protect someone from setbacks. These realizations prevent individuals from developing arrogance as they move forward in life. Instead of assuming control over every outcome, they begin to respect the complexity of circumstances and the unpredictable nature of human experience. Humility strengthens leadership because it allows individuals to remain open to learning. A person who believes they already understand everything stops growing. By contrast, someone who has encountered multiple challenges usually recognizes that growth is an ongoing process. They remain attentive, observant, and willing to adjust their perspective when new information appears. Delays and difficulties also expose individuals to a wide range of experiences. During longer journeys, people encounter different environments, relationships, and situations that expand their understanding of the world. They see success and failure from multiple angles. They observe how people react under pressure, how communities respond to change, and how decisions can influence lives in unexpected ways. These observations gradually form a deeper wisdom. Instead of viewing situations in simple terms of success or failure, individuals begin to recognize the many factors that shape outcomes. They understand that progress often requires patience, cooperation, and careful judgment. This awareness becomes invaluable when they eventually face moments that require important decisions. Another important aspect of long preparation is resilience. When someone has faced repeated obstacles and continued moving forward, they develop a confidence that cannot be easily shaken. This confidence does not come from believing that life will always be easy. Instead, it comes from knowing that they have already navigated difficult circumstances before. Resilience allows individuals to remain steady during moments when others might panic or lose direction. When unexpected problems arise, they are less likely to react with fear because they have already experienced similar situations. Their previous challenges have trained them to analyze problems calmly and search for solutions rather than becoming overwhelmed by emotion. Over time, this resilience becomes a stabilizing force, not only for themselves, but also for the people around them. Others often look to individuals who demonstrate calmness during uncertainty. The ability to remain composed while facing difficulty creates trust. People naturally follow those who appear capable of navigating complex situations with clarity and steadiness. Preparation through long journeys also sharpens judgment. When individuals encounter different situations over many years, they accumulate lessons that shape how they evaluate future choices. They learn which strategies produce meaningful results and which approaches lead to unnecessary complications. Each decision made along the path becomes part of a growing body of knowledge that informs their future actions. This accumulation of experience is one of the reasons destiny often moves slowly when preparing someone for a larger mission. Important responsibilities require more than enthusiasm or ambition. They require understanding, patience, and the ability to evaluate complex situations with thoughtful care. These qualities cannot be rushed because they depend on time and reflection. The metaphor of building a tall structure provides a useful way to understand this process. When engineers design a building that will reach great heights, they do not begin by constructing the upper levels. They begin with the foundation. This foundation must be strong enough to support everything that will eventually rise above it. The taller the structure, the deeper and stronger the base must be. Human development follows a similar principle. When someone is meant to carry significant influence or responsibility, their internal foundation must be strong. Their character must be stable enough to withstand pressure, criticism, and unexpected change. Their perspective must be broad enough to understand the needs of others. Their emotional stability must allow them to remain calm during moments of difficulty. Building such a foundation requires time. It involves learning from mistakes, reflecting on experiences, and gradually strengthening one's internal structure. Each delay becomes part of the construction process. While progress may appear slow, the individual is actually becoming more capable of supporting the weight of future responsibilities. Without this preparation, sudden opportunities could easily become overwhelming. A person who has not developed the necessary foundation may struggle to maintain direction when faced with increased expectations or influence. Pressure can distort judgment, and rapid change can disrupt emotional balance. The preparation phase protects against these risks by ensuring that the individual has already developed the stability required to handle greater challenges. The longer journey, therefore, does not necessarily indicate failure or misfortune. In many cases, it simply reflects the scale of what lies ahead. Just as larger structures require deeper foundations, greater missions require longer preparation. The time spent developing character, resilience, and wisdom becomes the base that supports future achievements. During the preparation stage, individuals may not fully understand why their path feels slower than that of others. They may compare their progress to the visible success of people around them and wonder why their own journey seems more complicated. These comparisons can create doubt, especially when the destination remains unclear. However, when viewed from a broader perspective, the preparation period begins to reveal its purpose. The challenges encountered along the way have shaped the individual into someone who can understand complexity, handle responsibility, and remain stable under pressure. The experiences that once appeared frustrating or unnecessary become essential elements of their development. As time passes, individuals often begin to recognize that their longer journey has given them something valuable. They possess insights that cannot be gained from quick success. They understand the importance of patience, the value of persistence, and the power of empathy. Their perspective is wider because their experiences have exposed them to different aspects of life. This deeper understanding allows them to approach future opportunities with greater clarity. Instead of rushing forward impulsively, they move with intention. They evaluate situations carefully and consider how their decisions may affect others. Their leadership, influence, or creative work becomes guided not only by ambition, but also by wisdom. Eventually, the preparation phase transitions into a new stage where the individual begins to apply what they have learned. Opportunities appear that align with the skills and understanding they have developed over time. When these opportunities arrive, the person is no longer unprepared. They are ready to step forward with confidence because the foundation beneath them is strong. Looking back, the years that once seemed slow or uncertain reveal themselves as an essential part of the journey. The long preparation was not wasted time. It was the process that shaped the individual into someone capable of carrying a greater mission. So the longer journey is not necessarily a sign of failure. Sometimes it simply reflects the magnitude of what lies ahead. When destiny prepares someone for a larger purpose, it does not rush the process. It builds the foundation carefully, ensuring that when the moment finally arrives, the individual is ready not only to succeed, but also to sustain that success with strength, wisdom, and purpose. If you look closely at the course of your life, you may begin to notice that many delays are not as random as they once seemed. At the time they happen, they often feel confusing, frustrating, and even discouraging. You might question your direction or wonder why your progress appears slower than the people around you. Yet with time and reflection, those same moments sometimes reveal a deeper purpose. What once looked like an obstacle may have been quietly shaping the person you were becoming. Life rarely unfolds in a straight and predictable line. Instead, it moves through seasons of movement and stillness, growth and reflection, action and preparation. The moments that appear slow are often the ones where the most important internal changes are taking place. Even when the outside world does not immediately recognize those changes, they continue building strength within you. Destiny sometimes slows the path of the chosen ones for reasons that are not always visible in the present moment. Periods of isolation can build inner strength and self-awareness, allowing individuals to understand themselves more deeply and to develop independence in their thinking. Delays can also teach patience and emotional mastery, helping people learn how to remain steady even when circumstances feel uncertain or progress seems slow. And in many cases, longer journeys simply reflect a larger preparation, shaping individuals who may eventually carry greater responsibility or influence. Each stage contributes something important to the development of character. Isolation strengthens identity. Patience builds endurance. Challenges cultivate wisdom and empathy. Over time, these experiences create a foundation that allows individuals to face opportunities and responsibilities with confidence and clarity. So if you sometimes feel like your journey is taking longer than expected, it may not mean that you are behind. It may simply mean that your path is unfolding in a different way. The timing of your life does not always match the timelines you see around you, but that does not make it any less meaningful. What appears to be delay today may actually be preparation for something that requires greater stability, deeper understanding, and stronger resilience. When you view your experiences through this perspective, the waiting periods become easier to understand. They are not empty spaces in your story. They are chapters where growth is happening quietly, shaping your perspective and strengthening your character. And if this message gave you a new perspective on the journey you are walking, take a moment to support the channel by liking the video, sharing it with someone who might benefit from hearing it, and subscribing for more insights and reflections like this in the future.